You know that couple on your feed? The one with the matching beige outfits, the pristine white kitchen, and the captions about soulmates and building an empire together. We were that couple, or rather she was the face, and I was the tripod. My name is James. I'm 32. I'm a video editor and sound engineer by trade. My wife, Elena, was a lifestyle vlogger. Over the last 4 years, we built a channel with nearly 1 million subscribers based entirely on our perfect life. The audience loved us. They loved the hubby does my makeup challenges. They loved the renovating our dream home series. They bought the supplements we promoted and the relationship courses Elena sold for $299 a pop. But here's the thing about editing video for a living. You see the raw footage. You see what happens before the record light turns red and after it turns off. For years, I edited out her tantrums. I color graded her bad moods to look like pensive moments. I cut the audio where she snapped at me for buying the wrong oat milk, overlaying it with acoustic guitar music and a voiceover about how supportive I was. I didn't mind the work. I loved her. I thought we were a team. She was the talent, I was the production. We were building a future. But about 6 months ago, the production started noticing glitches in the talent. It started when she hired a brand manager. His name was Marcus. Marcus was 26, drove a leased Porsche, and spoke exclusively in buzzwords like synergy, reach, and disruptive content. Elena said we needed him to take the channel to the next level. "James, you're great at the tech stuff," she told me, patting my cheek like I was a golden retriever. "But Marcus understands the vision." Suddenly, Marcus was everywhere. He was at our house for strategy meetings that lasted until 1 a.m. He was directing our shoots, telling me to change the lighting because I was washing Elena out. I felt a knot in my stomach, but I ignored it. I told myself I was just being an insecure, jealous husband. After all, Elena and I were a brand. We were the power couple. Cheating would ruin the brand, right? That's what I thought. I forgot that people don't cheat with logic. They cheat with ego. Part 2, the raw audio. The discovery didn't happen because I snooped through her phone. It happened because she was careless with her own equipment. We had just filmed a day-in-the-life vlog. It was a chaotic shoot. Marcus was there, directing. I had set up lavalier microphones, the little clip-on ones, on both of them to capture high-quality audio for a segment where they walked through a park discussing business. When they came back to the house, I took the SD cards to my studio in the basement to start dumping the footage. Elena came down. "Did you get the files?" she asked. "Yeah, transferring now," I said. "Okay, Marcus and I are going to grab sushi to discuss the Q3 launch. Don't wait up." She kissed me on the forehead. It felt cold, perfunctory, like a task on a checklist. I sat there, staring at the progress bar. When it finished, I opened the audio folder. Here is a technical detail for you. Professional recorders often have a safety track or a pre-roll feature, and sometimes if you don't hit stop firmly, the device keeps rolling even if the camera cuts. The file named Audio Software Marcus WAV caught my eye. The waveform was huge. It was 45 minutes long. The video clip was only 10 minutes. I frowned. I put on my noise-canceling headphones. I heard the cut from Marcus. I heard the camera shutter close. Then, I heard the sound of a car door closing. They hadn't taken the mics off. They had just thrown the transmitter packs into the back seat of Marcus's car, assuming they were off. But the red light was still blinking. I sat in my dark basement, surrounded by expensive monitors, and listened to my marriage disintegrate in high fidelity. First, the sound of an engine starting.
Then Elena's voice. God, his lighting setup took forever today. He's so slow. Marcus replied, he's a dinosaur, babe. But he's free labor. You save like $50K a year on an editor. Elena laughed, that laugh I used to love. I know, but he's becoming so clingy. Elena, let's watch a movie. Elena, let's have dinner. Like, I'm building an empire, James. Get a hobby. Marcus, you know what your hobby should be right now? Sound of movement, rustling clothes, a distinct sound of a seatbelt clicking off. Elena, drive to the spot, the one without cameras. Marcus, and what about the power couple? Elena, James is the prop, you're the director. Just make sure the prop doesn't find out until I hit 2 million subs. Then I can launch the divorce and rebirth arc. It'll be huge for engagement. I didn't cry. You know that ringing sound in movies when a grenade goes off? That's all I heard. I was a prop, a dinosaur, free labor. And the worst part? The divorce arc. She had already scripted our breakup for maximum engagement. She was going to blindside me, play the victim, and monetize my heartbreak. I looked at the timeline on my screen. I looked at the waveform. I saved the file. Then I made a backup. Then I created a new project file named Project Anniversary Final. Part 3. The Director's Cut. The next 2 weeks were an Oscar-worthy performance on my part. Elena wanted a massive video for our 5th wedding anniversary. It was also going to double as the launch for her new loyalty jewelry line. We rented a venue, invited 200 guests, sponsors, other influencers, local press. The plan was to screen a Our Love Story mini-documentary that I was supposed to edit. Make it cry, James, she told me over breakfast, not looking up from her phone. I want tears. I want people to believe that true love still exists. It helps sell the necklaces. I'll make it memorable, I promised. The most honest video I've ever made. I went to work.
But I wasn't just editing the footage she gave me. I dug through our entire archive, 5 years of hard drives. I found the outtakes where she called her fans pathetic cash cows. I found the clip where she practiced her apology face in the mirror for a scandal she had 2 years ago, laughing between takes. And of course I had the audio from the car. But audio wasn't enough. I needed visuals. I knew Marcus's password. He was lazy with security, used the same password for his laptop as he did for our shared Dropbox. I logged into his cloud. Jackpot. Marcus was arrogant. He kept a folder called BTS, behind the scenes. It contained videos of them in hotel rooms, videos of them mocking my editing skills, videos of them spending money from the joint account on expensive watches for him. I spent 14 hours a day in the basement. Elena thought I was slaving away to make her look like a goddess. Don't show me the final cut, she said. I want to be surprised at the party. Oh, I smiled. You will be. Part 4. The premiere. The venue was decorated with white roses and gold balloons. A massive projector screen dominated the room. Elena looked stunning in a white dress that probably cost more than my car. Marcus was there, wearing a suit, hovering near the VIP section, clinking glasses with the sponsors. I stood in the AV booth at the back. I had locked the door. Ladies and gentlemen, the MC announced, please turn your attention to the screen for a special tribute to 5 years of love, loyalty, and partnership. The lights dimmed. A hush fell over the crowd. The video started exactly as Elena expected. Soft piano music, slow-motion shots of our wedding, a voiceover of Elena saying, "James is my rock, my everything." In the front row, Elena wiped a fake tear. The sponsors nodded approvingly. Then, at the 2-minute mark, the music distorted. A glitch effect rippled across the screen. The screen went black. People murmured.
Technical difficulties? Then, the audio from the car started playing. Crystal clear, surround sound. James is the prop. You're the director. The crowd froze. Elena's head snapped up. She looked around, confused. On the screen, a new video appeared. It wasn't the wedding. It was the footage from Marcus's cloud. A video of them in a hotel room, toasting with champagne. Video Marcus. Here's to the idiot paying for this suite. Video Elena. To the idiot. The room went deadly silent. Then, a collective gasp. I cut to the next clip. Elena, sitting in her makeup chair, talking to her assistant, filmed without her knowing. I hate these meet and greets. Their hands are always sticky, and they ask such stupid questions. Just smile, take the money, and get me out of there. I looked down from the booth. Elena was standing up, waving her hands frantically at the projectionist. Turn it off! Cut the power! She screamed. Her perfect wife mask was gone, replaced by pure, ugly panic. Marcus tried to run toward the AV booth. He pounded on the door. James, open this door! You're dead! I just turned the volume up. The final clip was a montage, a split screen. On the left, Elena selling her loyalty necklace, saying, Trust is the most expensive thing in the world. On the right, the date-stamped video of her sneaking into Marcus's apartment at 2 a.m. And then, big white text on a black background. The divorce arc starts now. Subscribe for updates. The video ended. The lights didn't come up immediately. For 10 seconds, the darkness held the weight of the truth. Then, the flashes started. Every single person in that room, influencers, guests, press, had their phones out. They weren't filming Elena the star anymore. They were filming the train wreck. Elena was sobbing, but nobody was comforting her. The sponsors were already walking out, phones pressed to their ears, likely calling their legal teams to pull the contracts. I unlocked the booth door. Marcus was there, red-faced, fists clenched. But he stopped when he saw the security guard I had hired specifically for this moment standing behind me. Great party, I said to him. I think you got the disruptive content you wanted. Part 5. The Unsubscribed. I walked out of the venue, got into my car, and drove straight to a hotel where I had already checked in. By the time I woke up the next morning, I was trending. Elena Exposed was the #1 topic on Twitter. The video, which I had scheduled to upload to our channel automatically the moment the premiere ended, had 5 million views in 8 hours. The fallout was nuclear. Elena lost 400,000 subscribers in a week. The jewelry brand canceled her line and sued her for breach of contract, morality clause. The relationship course she sold? Refunds were demanded en masse. Marcus was fired by his agency. Turns out, sleeping with the client and getting caught on 4K video isn't good synergy. The divorce was messy, but short. Here's the detail that saved me. I was the one who filmed, edited, and produced all the content. My lawyer argued that I owned the intellectual property of the James and Elena brand visuals. To keep me from releasing the Season 2 of raw footage I had on my hard drives, Elena settled. I got the house, I got my savings back, and I got the rights to the channel, which I promptly deleted. I don't edit for influencers anymore. I work in post-production for indie films now. It's quiet work, dark rooms, good coffee, no lies. Sometimes I see Elena on TikTok. She's trying to rebrand as a victim of a toxic revenge. She films in a small apartment with bad lighting because she doesn't have a dinosaur to fix it for her. Her views are low. The comments are brutal. I watched one of her videos recently. She was crying about how everyone makes mistakes. I didn't leave a comment. I didn't feel angry. I just pressed "not interested" and went back to my life. The edit is finally done. Render complete.